I'm fucking raging, guys. I'm absolutely raging. You're not allowed to swear in the first 16 seconds of a video, alright? You're not supposed to. It makes things a little bit more complicated on here. But I'm fucking raging. And it's absolutely nothing to do with Finlay or out like that. No, I've been to the supermarket, right? Get me shopping and that for the weekend. Get the vodka in, you know, the Diet Coke for tomorrow night, you know, Saturday night steaming and that, yeah? I go to that up food counter, yeah? I see it's like, but I'm walking past it. I didn't go to it intentionally. I'm just walking past it and I see one of them real nice, like, you know, brown golden chickens. I thought, do you know what? Fuck it, I'm going to treat myself. €9.50, right? Fuck it, I'm going to get that for my dinner. Well, lunch, but it depends how posh you are and what part of England you're from. So I brings it home, dead excited, total anticipation. It's wrapped in foil. I'll keep it warm, won't it? I open it up, down it, it's ice fucking cold. Ice cold, it's not even hot. It's not even supposed to be hot. It's just a cooked chicken, I'm supposed to put it in the oven. I'm raging. How are you doing? You alright? Okay, cool. I was going to speak to you about Curtis Jones and Fabinho. I don't know if you noticed this. By the way, I'm also recording this on my other phone because my iPhone that I usually record on is downstairs and I can't be asked to go and get it. Is it any different? Is it just the same? If it's just the same, does anyone want to buy an iPhone 14 Pro Max, whatever it's called? Because I only use it for recording videos. Fabinho and Curtis Jones, I don't know if you noticed, but the clique, you know, the LFC clique of journalists, they put out some positive reporting about them recently, you know, like, in fact, actually, well, yeah, I guess Dave Maddock is clique, but he's a bit of a lone wolf, I think, compared to the rest of them. Was James Pearce as well, but, you know, there was a suggestion that, like, because Curtis Jones had a good game the other night, apparently, I didn't see it, I was on a flight, as you know, on Monday, and then it was like, you know, there was articles out, and someone messaged me, actually, when I landed, it was like, don't you watch, we're going to see articles now, you know, about how Curtis Jones is going to save the club millions, and that is exactly what came out that night or the next morning, and I'm sure you saw it. You know, it could. I don't know if it said 100 millions or tens of millions. I don't know how many millions, but there was an article. I think it was Dave Maddock at the Mirror that said that, and maybe that's a fair statement. You know, maybe that is a fair statement. And we'll come back to that. And then James Pearce, I believe, was talking about how Fabinho is coming back to his best. You know, and basically bigging him up as well. Now, both statements, if you like, are fairly like fair, aren't they? They're fairly fair. I don't like the sound of that. You wouldn't argue with that, you know, like if Curtis Jones is playing exceptionally well, then great. That is absolutely fantastic, as Brendan Rodgers would say. And if Fabinho's coming back to his best, again, fantastic. But I can't but help think, and I don't think there's any conspiracy theory here, right? The journalists are just saying things that are true. But I can't help but think when I read things like that, I go, oh, here we go. It's like having two new signings. You know, we don't need to... Do you know what I mean? Do any of you think like that when you read that? I genuinely don't think that's what that was. I think that's you know, fair comment on things. However, you know, it was only a month or two ago that it was pretty toxic online on social media towards Curtis Jones from the fan base. Seriously. Not the proper fans, because no Liverpool fan in the world would ever... speak so awful about a Liverpool player. Now, there's been players over the years, right, many years at Liverpool that I've not rated, right, but I would never, ever talk about them in a particular way. I'll have a joke, I'll banter, you know, Jordan Henderson, 5 yard. Do you remember back in the day I used to call him 5 yard, right? But I won't call him a this and a that, and, you know, just these people are awful. I mean, like, really awful. And if you want to look at the more sensible people that were genuinely just passing opinions about him in a nice way, you know, they were saying, well, he needs to improve a lot. Now, hey, Curtis Jones, if he plays, as I believe he played the other night, week in, week out, then great. You know, like when he makes a name for himself in the League Cup or something, great. But I'm very much like about the now. You know, like, so, you know, Manchester City are, you know, incredible at the moment, right? We have to admit that. And having people like Curtis Jones in his squad, as Rafa would say, is fantastic. Right, okay, I accept that, really good. And let's hope he continues. And wow, I mean, would you not want someone like that to establish themselves, in the side and any of the other youngsters as well? Absolutely. There's no better feeling than that. But I don't like it when these journalists are putting ideas in their heads. And I know that's totally paranoid, I know. It won't affect the transfer thing, but what I'm saying is that's how it makes me feel. That's how it makes me think when people start bigging up midfielders, especially at the moment. Oh, we've got these two doing really good. So maybe we don't need to spend millions. Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. We really do. So that's all. It was just on my mind. It's like when a player comes back from injury, long injury, and coming back in the summer, it's just like a new signing coming back, I falling for any of this shite this summer. I'm not. I'm really not. And I can tell you, as much as if you watch any of my live streams, and I'll be live this afternoon at 3 o'clock on here, I try not to be negative. People come and go, oh, it's going to be Disney. No, let's see what they do. All right, yeah, and we say that every year. But this year, right, I'm watching everything very closely. And I'm not going to get mugged off this year. We can. What happens is, you can maybe go through the whole summer, have a disappointing summer, transfer window, and then they might sign someone that puts a smile on your face at the end of the window, and people forget, or they don't look at things closely. I'm not, because I tell you what, guys, if we get mugged off, if they fail in the market this summer, right, that tripod will be out every week next season, honestly. But then that's already sounding negative, right? It's not very fair, is it? New slate. Let's go into the summer, let's see what happens, blah, blah, blah. But, Fabinho coming back, brilliant. Curtis Jones improving his game, brilliant. But we still need to spend millions, and we better do. And that's all I wanted to say. I just wondered if you ever read things and go, here we go. I don't think it is that in this case. But, just don't give them fucking idiots ideas, you know what I'm saying?